Hey, cat.
Show me.
Where is it? There's Lassie. Get him.
Totally. Is Timmy in the well? Timmy in the well?
Go.
Get in there.
Get in it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. All right. Good boy. All right. What week is it? I've lost track.
Number 6, buddy.
6. We've been here 6 weeks. Projecting this out.
Seems like 6 days. It's going so quick.
I mean, it's like Christmas is right around the corner, right? We're 19 days, 20 days.
I just did Halloween, so I got a couple of weeks yet.
Okay, so you're going to play catch up for the New Year's. Yeah. All right. So we're week 6. The weather's gotten to us a bit, slowed us down temperature-wise and moisture. Getting around the grounds right now using
UV.
Yeah, the Bobcat. And I forgot the model number on it, but 4-wheel drive, select service, select track. So single,
super
dual.
fast now. We found a couple secrets.
Yep, it has operatable. It has ownership.
It has Doug mode.
Yeah, which is
and then Philip Dan mode and Eric mode. Yeah,
safer. And then it has us get our stuff done mode.
Yeah, yes.
We won't tell him about that. Hopefully he doesn't watch this. He's not a TikTok subscriber. Are you guys TikTok subscribers? Because it's there, and also the YouTube channel. But mostly you'll see there also the links to the other Bobcats and the Bobcat products we're using. But the mud has gotten to us a bit. One, the temperatures get to us, so cleaning tracks is a big importance each night. Keeping them up off the ground so they get frozen, so we don't, prematurely wear and tear on our equipment. Yep. We've had a few chinks in the armor. The back side of this property, if you all don't know, and when you get here to visit, is pretty rocky. Slopes and rockies. There's a nice stream in the back side, unnamed tributary that cuts through. That we're eventually, dress it up. It'll be nice. It'll actually be one of those senior photo kind of places where, you're in the railroad tracks taking photos. That'll be but back to the subject. And I don't know if Ryan you guys have looked at maps and you've followed along, but the uncut section in the center, this lower section was a deer plot from the previous owners that did hunting leases here. The green triangle down here is a food plot for deer. The center uncut section is the highest ground, the most solid, where we predict, hopefully if everything comes around, the May event, the Holy Pursuit. Buy your raffle tickets now. They're available at your local retailers. There's also through the store and through some people,
Sportsman Supply.
Sportsman Supply as well, and Tyler and the guys over there. $60 ticket. It is a purse and then a rifle or something like that, a firearm, every other one. But that's going to take place up on the uncut section. So as you'll look back, maybe into week 4 or week 3, where Ryan did those great overhead shots and stitched them together, that's where that tent will go, just similar to the tents we've used in the past. There should be food trucks and items like that, bartender, craft beers, on the higher side of that. And then we'll do a kiddie land as well, so your kids can come and they're more than welcome into, he calls it, I forgot the name, the kid area. Oh man, it has a German name to it.
Yeah, I
already forgot. So if you're tuning in, go back and look.
Fun.
Go back and look at week 3
area.
and week 4. Kinderland, I think, or something like that. Week 3 or 4, because we're not great at this. And actually, we're only covering for Doug because Doug's working the store today, being the holidays and through the Christmas time. People at his store get more time off, so he picks up there.
He could be taking a nap.
He probably is. Probably is. I'm gonna have to check on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we should. You know what we should ask for Christmas? Hammocks.
Right here in the tractor area.
Right over here.
Yeah.
There's an old tree stand that I thought, man, if I just put in some of this rubbish and make it, I could fall asleep. Anyway, but we think Doug's probably sleeping. It's a Sunday. We're recording this for y'all next week. But we're thinking that the Holy Pursuit event that's happening May 4th is going to happen up there. And we've been taking the time to clear out the underbrush, and there's a lot of deadfall. And what we're talking about in deadfall is standing trees. That's dead, eventually going to fall. And it's a bit of a safety situation as well, with so many people here. And other people who don't hang out in the woods wouldn't know to not horse around or fall around. So if you look up to the left, as our camera pans, you'll see just a tree hanging out over. It's got to get processed, cut up. We're hauling a lot up to the edge of the road there. Neighbors and people are coming to cut up and harvest firewood for their fall. Sometimes this is not indoor firewood material. It's just a matter of material that will need to be, outside fire pits. And we're utilizing the same thing. But we're working on a few projects here. Let's head over to that section. Come on, let's take a walk. All right, Dan, where are you?
I'm in Clinton.
Where the hell am I?
You're in Jefferson.
How do you know?
Because we did this line this week, week number 6.
That the surveyor, the surveying company that we used,
Yes.
had plotted this line for us.
Yep.
In association with our measurements from the side borders, the back side of the property,
Yep.
full property survey.
Yep.
They plotted these lines up through, and this property bisects how many areas?
Buffalo, Winfield.
Wait,
Front
Buffalo
corner.
Township?
Yep.
Winfield Township. Okay. You are
Clinton.
You're in Clinton Township, and I'm in
Jefferson. Now you're in Clinton.
Okay, just checking.
Back in Jefferson.
All right. So we did this purposefully, and it helps us determine locations, areas, bisects the property for as we want to do events or things in the future. You know, we know where lines are that bisect the property. Per se, if we put a building over top of it, who gets the tax money? Like, those are things you have to think about and have a long-term plan. In turn, we don't have plans for that, but it's something you have to think about whenever you know your property lines and the designations across the property. So we spent, felt like a week, because it was literally almost not through the heart of the property, but it cuts off 25% or so of the property to the southern side, northern side, western side. It bisects that, so knowing where we are in the property and within townships, you know, as we get into situations where we want to do something like a building, and who do we get approvals from? This becomes part of that knowledge. So we've also cut it 4 days worth of cutting. That T770, it's a monster. Like, look at what we've turned out in processing and leaving this natural vegetation here. So we're not having to haul in rock base. We'll use the shreddeds as part of the process. But you can also see the backside of this property is hugely sandstone. It is a beat down on equipment. It'll pucker and eat the best of you alive. We've worked our way up through, and that type of ground texture process probably goes up to this knoll. There's a little bit of rolling topography. We've looked at topography maps and how we want to lay it out
at least, yes,
into the process as we move forward. Some of the underbrush here, we've cleared out an area and a space wide enough that, you know, we're going to burn some of it. It's just heads and top heads, and
this may be narrower.
This is actually, as Dan and I are voting, we don't get a vote. The high dry section here, Kinderland, and that's what we were referring to earlier today that I forgot the name of it, Kinderland, and their blow-ups and the toys and the things that people donate, and we're looking for donations, as well as supply and Sprankles as a market and a company already owned from their multiple stores, already owned. We're thinking of setting it up back here. It's a nice knoll, nice view, it's quiet.
Not far from the tent.
Not far from the tent where the parents might be as well. But we've run a bisection line. Off of this line, you'll see, is I think you've walked it and you've seen guys clearing up. We've also cut across a few paths that bisect it. I've used that word 3 times now. They cut across to it. So we'll have access, better accesses as well, and safe accesses to not interrupt the experience and be able to go around it. Okay, let's move on down over the hill here. We had another guy come in earlier this week and join us on the project. Let's take a look down there.
He did great, huh?
So this week, we also jumped into another project to break our way back into the southwest corner, which is what county?
Clinton.
Clinton County. We had
Township.
TC and
No county.
Township, you're right. TC T.R. Kelly came down over the hill where our equipment and he brought a high lift in, local excavator, Tommy Kelly. Reach out to him for your needs. He also does septic systems, eco flows, full-time excavation. He's also going to help us back in another corner, which we're going to have agricultural displays. But this week he started to open up this process so we could work out the property lines. But what we were also approached with, you know, it's too steep of a hill for us to almost walk over, so we've used the Bobcat quite a bit, is the stumps. Doug and the Sprankle family was approached with a gentleman who wants to repurpose these stumps. The idea was they turn them upside down, clean and pressure wash them off, and they clean cut a level, and they become tables once they're varnished. Isn't that the idea behind it, Dan?
So far, that's all I've heard, but
it's beyond.
It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to be interested. I know that.
Yeah, the time and effort, or maybe my craftiness. I don't have a lot of craftiness, but we have products like that here on this property. That if you're interested in something, reach out, drop a comment of like, I'm gonna say we're a little swamped on what we can do with it, but if you're interested in pursuing a project with something that's here, let us know and we could pass it off to you, or reach out to Doug and carry it up to the front of the property, and you can go turn these rocks into something or make marbles. Heck, I don't know. But there's another gentleman who is in a conservatory sort of for fish habitat, and he also wants stumps from some of these products of us cutting across the property lines, and we're going to save and haul some of them to the front so he can turn them into wildlife habitat. But I think it's more like fisheries and things like that, where he's going to use them as reclaimed lumber. It'll be pretty cool. But I know the sprinkles have a big purpose in wanting to repurpose and keep that natural habitat, and turning these into something, as currently for us, they're in the way for the process.
And there's a new name.
Yeah, new name's coming out. Are we allowed to say that yet? I don't even know. Okay.
Let's say it. Let's break it.
Are you sure? Okay, so if it's wrong, you're gonna hear a long beep, and this is gonna have to be edited out. If we're right, then I guess they get to know.
Yeah.
You go. How about that? So, we can't do what we do without them.
Go see them.
Go see them.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Oh man, they're never gonna believe we just struck it, man. This is gonna be so awesome.
Philip,
can you imagine?
This is the 6th week, and it is the greatest.
Keep it between you and I.
Hey,
there's no way. And this whole experience, like, let's just leave the flipping stuff hanging in front of us. Like, watch. Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what we really need? Oh man, it's to find the next thing that keeps us going.
What did you find the other day?
Totally. Shh. No one will know. Like, look at this tray. Wow.
That's
gotta be worth something.
It's loaded with mud.
Totally. Yeah. Well, it's special mud.
Oh, this is Frankel's Woods mud.
It's Frankel's Woods mud. See, we charge extra.
Yeah.
We could do like facials with it or something. Look at that. It's worth more. It's worth more.
Oh, that's got. Don't touch it. That's history.
Totally, it is. But remember what else we found? We gotta figure out how to market this. You got that. Like, there should be a Sprankles like used car lot.
Swap?
No. Let's not tell them we found it.
Let's just keep it.
Yeah. Hey, right here, because we
know what we got here.
We know what we got. Just like Marketplace, everybody's like, don't try to lowball me.
That frame rail right there's got to be a 1929 Ford or a Chevy.
Totally, yeah, I agree.
1 year they did that with a cast back seat.
Let's see that right there.
There it is.
That cast hook.
There's that C.
This is you and I's retirement, bro. Don't try to lowball us. We know what we got, baby. Yeah. Woo! Big score today.
We go.
Run this up. Let's get this up there behind the shop. We might even drop some logs on it. So
put it on top of my Volkswagen.
That'll go.
I'll get it out of here.
Totally, yeah. Let's get it shipped. All right,
buddy.
Hey, cover for me. Make sure there's no one up there.
Okay, I'm heading that way.
All right, see you in a bit.